Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I have kind of a silly video for you. I was playing some guitar this weekend, which was sort of my first instrument love. Um, and then I was going back and thinking about some guitars that I have over the years really regretted selling. And I have sold quite a few. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run through my list of 10 guitars that I wish I hadn't sold. I don't have videos of many of them, I just have pictures, but there are a couple videos at the very end, so stick around for those little bits. So here we go. Okay, number 10. This was an Ibanez guitar made in the mid 2010s, so I think it came out in 2016 is when I bought it. And this one was really cool. It's this Talman guitar, which obviously is Ibanez's take on the Telly, I guess. And I actually really wanted one. It's a semi-hollow. It's got that really pretty F-hole. Sunburst isn't my favorite guitar finish, but it's all they had, so I went with it. It had the 2 single coil pickups, which I really liked, and it was just cheap, but a really nice playing guitar, and I definitely kind of missed that one. That was a good one. Number 9. This was a 12-string guitar. As you will discover through this list, I love 12 strings. I still have an acoustic and an electric one. But this was back when I had like zero money in the early 2000s, and I really wanted a 12-string electric guitar. So I got this kit on eBay, and I finished it. I made it this gorgeous green color. Absolutely love that color still. And I bought new hardware to put on it and everything, and it was really, really pretty. But I knew much less about setup than I do now, and I could just never get it set up exactly right so that it was nicely playable instead of barely playable. So I ended up passing that one on to another guitar student, and I think they fixed it up pretty well, but I'm still kind of sad I let that one go. It was my first instrument that I made. Okay, number 8. This is the Ibanez AX7521. You're going to see a ton of Ibanez guitars on here because, man, I love Ibanez. But this guitar is amazing. It's one of the first 7-string models that Ibanez ever made. I believe it was from the early 2000s, but it might have been the late 90s. I honestly don't remember. But the 7521 was made in Japan. It's a great guitar. And I had this kind of purplish reddish finish. That was just beautiful. I love that color so much. And it actually had kind of a shorter scale than a lot of guitars. I think it was a 24.5, if I'm remembering correctly. So what I did with it was, instead of having a low B string on that 7-string, I actually made myself a high A string, which was just so much fun to play around with different chord shapes. Because although I play a lot of guitar and I have a lot of them, I'm not really very good at it. I mostly know your basic chords and power chords and that kind of stuff. So I really had fun voicing different chords with it. It was a great time, and I miss that guitar. Okay, this one makes me sad. It was the right decision, but it still makes me sad. So this was the very first guitar that I bought myself. I bought this one while I was in high school. I saved up my allowance for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I bought this guitar because it was the cheapest one they had. I think when I bought it, it was maybe $125. I believe it's a GA5 TCE. This is this thin line acoustic electric classical guitar. It's very strange. But it was the first guitar that I bought myself, so I loved that guitar for a long time. I played it in my church worship band. Yeah. It needed to be sold because, I mean, what are you ever going to use a classical acoustic electric thin line guitar for? But I'm still kind of sad that I passed it on, although I did pass it on to this high school student who was just learning guitar for the first time for him, so hopefully it found a nice home and it will continue to teach for many years. Okay, number 6. I did look around and you can find this pretty easily used, which is probably terrible because it makes me want to buy it again, but I won't. I'll be strong. This is the AX230T, also by Ibanez. And this one's claim to fame was it has 3 humbuckers, which isn't really very practically useful, but man, was it fun. I really enjoyed getting some cool sounds out of that guitar, and I missed that one. Okay, this is another 7-string, and mostly I missed this one because it was beautiful. This is the, gosh, I think it's an RG7421, and I of course had the beautiful fancy top finish that was blue on it, and the back is walnut, and it's just, it's gorgeous, gorgeous guitar. It's funny because while I really liked the high 7-string on my other 7-string, I never really got the hang of the lower 7-string. I think probably because I am more into chords and stuff, and having that low B on there, I don't know, it just kind of messed with my head the way that I think about the fretboard, and it didn't work very well for me, but man, that guitar was so pretty, so I missed that. Okay, number 4. Now we're getting into guitars that I like genuinely really regret, and I'm so sad, and if I could ever get it again, I would. This is an Ibanez Roadstar. I don't know what year it was made in, sometime in the 80s. And I don't know the model number, but man, it was so pretty. It had this purple finish that was like this purple blue, and I've had this gorgeous maple fretboard, and there was no tremolo and no locking nut up there. I hate dealing with those things. It was just a nice old-fashioned kind of Strat-like guitar. Gosh, I loved that thing. Just beautiful. I ended up letting it go because it had some electronics problems, and I tried to get them diagnosed, but it was just old, basically. So I was really sad about that, but when it's the end, it's the end. Okay, number 3. This guitar I had once and regretted selling so much that I bought another one, and then ended up selling that one when I moved. So yeah, I really, really loved this guitar. I mentioned before I have a thing for 12 strings. This is an Artcore 12-string from Ibanez. It's an AS7312. And they do still make them, but the ones that they make now have these pick guards on them that I don't like at all. I loved the beautiful, just clean, trans cherry red finish of the one that I had. Man, it was pretty. Love those 12 strings. They just sound amazing. I do have a little video of this one, so I will go ahead and throw that up for you so you can hear a little bit. Bursting all through me, golden and glorious. Number 2. Oh, this one still makes me so sad. This was an Ibanez acoustic electric guitar, and it's their Euphoria, Steve Vai signature edition, I guess. I don't know a whole lot about Steve Vai, to be honest. I probably should, but I don't. But man, that guitar. It had this trans green finish on it and like this mother of pearl binding, and it was just completely gorgeous. I can't even. The sound is amazing too. It has this huge body. So I'm going to go ahead and play you this really old recording that I recorded with it. I'm just messing around and singing to my baby. But yeah, I miss that guitar. I ended up having to sell it because the soundboard was kind of bellying up, and the neck was doing thing. I don't really remember very well, but basically it would have been too expensive for me to repair it, so I had to sell it on. It makes me so sad. Okay, this is the #1 guitar I regret selling. This is originally a $200 guitar, and that was when I bought it. It's a Rogue sitar guitar. It's supposed to be a copy of this one made by Dan Electro, I think, back in the 60s. But it was so cool. Not only did it have that buzzing sitar bridge, so it made that great noise, but it also had 13 sympathetic strings with their own pickup. So you could tune those to pretty much any crazy sort of tuning you wanted and just like throw in a every now and then. It was so cool. I miss that guitar so much. I miss that guitar so much that I am building my own sitar guitar. And I have the buzzing bridge and all that stuff, but I'm trying really, really hard to figure out how to put my own sympathetic strings on there. I don't know. It's a project. It's still in the planning stages because I can't figure it out, but I miss that guitar so much. It sells online for like $2,000 now, so I'm not gonna be able to get another one, but I miss it. So there you have it. Those are the top 10 guitars that I regret selling. And I am also sad to say that those are not all of the guitars that I have ever sold. There are probably 5 or 6 that didn't make the list. So yeah. Anyway, this was just kind of a for fun throwaway video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Hello everybody, and thank you so much for watching my channel. If you want to click the subscribe button right up there, then you can subscribe to my channel and see all my new videos. And if you would like to check out my Patreon, the link is down there in the description. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day.